Right, so we're here with Ryan Phillips, the King of Kings, Power Slap. All right, so your first match against the One-Eye Wolf, Electricity, was
Yeah,
that your first ever slap fighting match?
that was my first ever, brother. Except for some fights in the streets at the local pub. That was it, buddy.
All right, so that match kind of showcased what Power Slap could be. You guys were talking trash to the crowd, talking trash to each other, going crazy. That's the blueprint, right? That what Power Slap can be is that.
Yeah, I'd say so. We definitely put our heart and soul in that match. We wanted to make the most entertaining match for the fans and the people viewing in the actual Apex themselves. So yeah, I would believe that's a blueprint to what a great slap fight match should be. You know, Dana White himself said it was a legendary match and it was going down in the Power Slap history books. So everyone should definitely stay tuned and definitely take some notes.
All right, so you've been home. What's the reaction been back home with your friends? Everybody seen it. We've seen 3 episodes. How's it been back home?
Oh man, it's been great. You know, everyone's loving it. You know, a lot of people say like, "Oh, do people think you're crazy?" Everyone's thought I've been crazy my whole entire life, man. So it's nothing new. But no, they're really supportive. They're having a lot of fun with it, and the feedback I'm getting from people away from the internet is has been all positive.
All right, so you say people think you're crazy. You do have to be a little crazy to do this, right?
Yeah, man. You know, you gotta be. I guess. You know, a lot of us, a lot of them are MMA fighters, but a lot of us are people that should have fought MMA but kind of missed the boat. You know, so this is perfect for someone like me to test my toughness and to go in there and put on a show for everyone. And you know, I couldn't be happier.
What is your background? You did MMA, or what did you do?
When I was younger, I did Taekwondo with J.H. Kim. Also, my friends were very involved in martial arts. Shout out to Brian Schroyer. He had a black belt, and we used to train a lot together. Stumbled into some Muay Thai at that age. And beyond that, though, when I got older, I did more boxing training at Strong Style Training Center with Alexa Kamer and John Hawk. And I was looking to compete in the boxing realm, but unfortunately, some things with my family, some unfortunate events occurred and kind of pushed that to the side. So when I got the call for Power Slap, you know, I immediately jumped on and very gung ho.
Obviously, this is a unique sport. You say you come from traditional sports like boxing and taekwondo. How does Power Slap compare to those?
Definitely the intensity is a lot higher, you know, when you get in the ring and start sparring for either of those sports. You know, you get that itch or that fear, you know, with Power Slap, it's just holy crap, you know, what am I getting myself into? I'm about to take a 100 or 270 pound 100% practically a punch and not defend myself and just eat it. You know, it's crazy. Everyone asks me, "What am I thinking?" You know, I don't know what I'm thinking. Honestly, I'm thinking, you know, I'm going to go out there and just put on a show and entertain, but also create a legacy for myself as well. So beyond boxing and taekwondo, slap fighting is a whole nother extreme, my man.
So what has your experience been? I mean, you said this is your first couple matches. Uh, we don't know how many matches you have, but you've had at least one so far. How's the experience been?
The experience as a whole has been terrific. I've been getting a lot of attention. I've been getting a lot of praise, and a lot of people like working with me. And I'm connecting with a lot of other people. And hey, I'm connected with the man himself, Dana White. Also, Big Frank, this the president of Power Slap. You know, me and him get along great. Gary DeFranco, who's the man, the head of the Ultimate Fighter, we get along amazing. He's another Clevelander. Shout out to all three of those guys. But you know, the fanfare has been amazing too, and overall, it's just been a blessing, my man.
How do you talked about you don't know what's going through your head, but how do you prepare to just stand there? What preparations is there anything you can do to prepare?
You know, it definitely takes a different breed of person to go up there and you know stick your head out like that and take that hit. For me, how I prepare is I know I have a trigger, I know I have a different mindset, and I know that brings me into a different level to where A, I'm not feeling any pain, and B, I'm gaining more power. So the mindset in and of itself for me is very important. I think about some of the worst times I've had in my life, and some of the times that I had that fight or flight mentality, and I try to get into that zone and bring the demon out. That's what I call it. I bring the demon out because there's something inside me, that triggers me and gets me to full power to do stuff like this. So I get in that mode, and that's how I train to get in that mode. But as far as physical training is concerned, I just work all my muscle groups as hard as I can. Steaks and weights all day, baby. You gotta pack that protein and get those muscles going, buddy. You know what I mean? So a lot of guys aren't doing that, but that sets me apart. And I work those two muscle groups as much as I can a day, 5 days a week, and prepare that way.
All right, so you are working with Team Wolverine. Wolverine's a legend in the slap fighting sport.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure how long you've worked with them, but have you seen improvements in yourself and your technique and all that stuff?
Absolutely, man. The knowledge that I got from Wolverine is second to none. The guy is an absolute legend, like you said, and definitely deserves a ton of respect. But as far as my game is concerned, I've definitely seen improvements just after being with him. And I also got some style improvements as well. He told me keep that beard trim. You gotta look pretty out on that table. And hey, if anyone's going to give me that type of advice, look at Wolverine's beard. That thing's a 10 out of 10, brother. You know what I mean?
Does the beard cushion the hit at all? Does it?
No, no. And there was a study. They said it absorbs 25 to 35%. If anyone's out there and wants to test that with me, who's got the heaviest slap in the game right now, hey, more power to you. Let's get the scientists out here and let's see what it does. But no, I'm telling you straight up, the beard does absolutely nothing. Just makes you look good, shields you from the cold.
All right, so you say that it takes a different breed. There's 20 different breeds in the house, 20 something on different personalities. It's crazy. How's it been just living with a bunch of different breed crazy motherfuckers in the house?
It's like coming into my natural habitat. All the guys, we're all the same, but we're all unique too. We got that crazy mindset where we can do stuff like this. We could do a slap fight and step up to the table without fear. But it was great at the same time, crazy at the same time, hard. We didn't have our cell phones. We had no connections to the outside world, and the only time we ever left the house was to go train or put in some work in some type of capacity. And overall, the experience was a once in a lifetime. It sucked at times, it was great at times, and it was really great at times. But anyone who told you that they had a fantastic time the whole way through is lying to you.
What was the toughest thing living in the house?
Trying not to lose your cool because people wake you up in the middle of the night, bro. It was tough, man. And if you keep watching TBS, I'm sure you're gonna see a moment from me like that. But it was that's kind of the toughest part because me, I need sleep, man. I'm a 250 pound, almost 40-year old man, and that 1 hour nap at 5 o'clock is very important. Also, your food. The A lot of people would steal your food. They would steal your drinks. We would have to write a shopping list out for production to go get us food and drink, and sometimes they would mess with you. They put someone else's name on the things that you ordered. So that was tough as well. I mean, it was just mind games all around, Jorge.
All right, who was the craziest guy? We see Slap Jesus putting on a diaper. Is he the craziest motherfucker in the house? Is he?
By far, as far as attitude and personality is concerned, that guy is absolutely at the top. There's a couple of guys, this might seem to be a surprise, but Carice Archer is a wild man. He is a dog. That guy does not take shit from nobody and will scrap at any moment's notice. So even he in his own right is crazy too. And I love that. I love that dog and that guy. He's a great dude. But as pure craziness and insanity, slap Jesus all the way.
All right, so you have been working out at the UFC PI, right? You've seen UFC fighters around. Which UFC fighter would make a good power slap contestant?
Well, I just met him yesterday for a short time, but Derrick Lewis, the Black Beast, he was with me. His balls weren't hot. Thankfully, his pants were on this time, but I think Derrick Lewis would be a phenomenal catch in the Power Slap League. That guy is a powerhouse.
All right, so Power Slap pay-per-views coming up. What are your goals with Power Slap? Is this long term? Is this your career now? What are your goals? What are your aspirations with Power Slap right now?
Well, it's turning out to be somewhat of a career. When I started it, I didn't take it as seriously as I am now. That's for sure. My career path with Power Slap, I definitely want to fulfill my contract. I want to put in the most exciting fights I can. I would like to be in a analyst commentary role, but also a participant. So kind of like a hybrid, like Dominic Cruz was. Um, that would be really awesome. Or any role. I love these guys. I know most of them. I talk to most of them every day. Any capacity that I can help push this sport even further into the mainstream, or even help the guys get better, I would love to do that. But competing, I'll definitely compete as much as I can, and see where we're at in the near future, right?
As for the future of the sport, do you think it has potential to be something like the UFC?
Absolutely. The rules that are in place and the rules that are being put into place are going to make this a lot safer. The people at the head and that are steering the ship right now, they have the best intentions in mind, especially for the athletes, but also for creating slap fighting into a big sport, a worldwide sport. So yeah, the people are working hard as they can to make this into an adventure like UFC. We're going to have our first live event coming up soon, which is going to be, definitely a big test. Test the waters, see where we're at. But I do see it being an explosive sport that could be, next to the UFC. I don't know if we're going to overtake the UFC, but hey, it is Dana White and the Fertitas. They're the guys who made it happen in the first place. Let's see where we're at, right?